You wanted it. You asked for it. You begged for it. Fucking Thurman and Red on Undead Unluck, the superior team.
Superior.
The clearly most enjoyable to watch. I mean, let's just be honest.
Oh, so before we begin, I just have to say that I just remembered this, but we have a filler video coming soon, talking about this cover photo right here of all the jumping protagonists. You know what I'm saying?
I guess Thurman just decided that because I don't remember talking about that.
Yeah, we're tech Twitter. You remember? I literally said it.
The fuck are you talking about, bro? We're gonna make a filler. Oh, you mean the new like Big Five shit? Yeah.
Big Five, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm sorry, but that shit is fucking killer. I'll explain why that cracks me up so much.
We'll hold it off in that video, yeah.
Yeah, that shit cracks me up, and I'll explain why. But
so what do you think about this? I'm starting to realize, by the way, this series, the author loves having his fights in midair. Like every final fight ends up I was waiting for them to go to space again. I'll be honest. I was like, they going to go to space again? Or is every single battle going to be like JoJo Part 2's ending?
That's interesting, because it was a full fight. It's very fan servicey fight, but
I love it. They're just in the air the whole fucking time.
It's interesting because so let's just move forward here, right? So we knew honestly didn't feel like the author needed to explain this to us a little bit. He really didn't need to, but I guess it makes sense. So we know how the unmove works. Obviously, it's just a lot of vision. If no one understood that, I'd be shocked. Even I knew. I was like, okay. I mean, this is basic knowledge, right?
I mean, I have no problem with extra clarification because I've found that there's plenty of times where I'm reading something and you gotta be aware enough to realize how many times you've been reading something and then I get it but then you don't get it. I feel like there's, as long as it's a small panel that doesn't take up too much room, I have zero issue with double triple clarifying things for people.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I understand why he did it, but it's just there's no one.
I don't know. I think it's important too because later in the thing he fucking covers up his mouth with his shirt, right? And I could have easily just thought it was anything in the cone of his vision would work, but no, he literally has to see the thing, right? So just seeing your whole body, it's not like I see any of your body and then you're frozen. You got to see every individual part of it. So I think that's a totally fair explanation. I have zero problem with that. And I was I was on the Skype call with you while you were reading this chapter, and I heard you fucking bitching about that. I don't know why you're explaining that. And I was like, Thurman, what the fuck are you going on about? I disagree completely.
What are you talking about? Oh, just now?
No, I was on the Skype call here when you were reading this chapter yesterday, right before we filmed One Piece. I listened to your whole ass fucking you literally went Rick and Morty fan 9,000 IQ well, it wasn't needed to be explained, but I guess for the plebeians. You forgot. I was on mute, sitting there listening to your whole ass fucking spiel to yourself.
That's actually really, really funny. Yeah, because I talk to myself when I read. But yeah, I mean, it's straightforward. It's just it's his vision. And then I like how, I guess it's cool to explain how he sees the finger. Because what it means is anything that.
It's not just you lose your agency to move. Literally, if there was a bullet coming at him and he looked at that, it would stop. I love that shit.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't if you're looking in a general direction, it'll no matter what. Even if it's a fucking
inanimate objects, bro.
Inanimate object, it'll still, as long as it's in your front of vision, it'll still get frozen. I thought that was kind of.
That's really cool. And think about, there's so many cool ways to use this. Imagine, I have so many questions, right? So okay, imagine a scenario here. You're fucking. You're standing next to train tracks and a speeding train's coming by and you just stare at that bitch, okay? Let's say you're not staring at the whole train, but you're looking past it, you're and then you only the first car of the train comes into vision, but the rest of them don't. So would that mean essentially that that first train car would stop and then the rest of the train would just crash into the rest of it can you imagine the damage you could do?
Oof. Because I'm curious. I feel like it's been explained, but he can't move while he does this.
No, that's a very... Bro, your fucking whole Rick and Morty 9,000 IQ shit just went out the window. I hate it. Yes, that's the more obvious part. I thought that part was more obvious than the staring part, than the vision part. That was the first part that was explained was the activation of his power. He has to remain completely still for it to work.
Yeah, because I had to.
So
I
like
had to
that's why like
remember
there's a
this.
moment here where he of all those fucking like leg blades, which is a cool weapon, which we'll talk about by the way, where he can just like sweep his leg and like a fucking what looks like a blade comes out. So he looks. There's a scene. He looks up to. He says, "Chikara, you good?" And then he's shaking. Like he was basically asking him, like, "Hey, can you stop those knives?" And then he's like shaking, and he's like, "Yeah, I figured you weren't. All right, guys, tuck in, so it's just me that gets hurt." He checks first. He's like, "Can you stop those?"
I just had to, because I've been reviewing Undead Unluck,
Doesn't matter, bro. You
Yeah.
just so I don't want to hear
Shit.
no horse shit about why are they explaining things when you
Don't give a shit.
You see this, guys? People that don't give a shit about being hypocritical, not good people.
Sounds like every politician ever.
Sounds like a lot of hoopla.
Hoopla, sounds like garbage.
Hoopla!
So, the fight, honestly, this chapter is very straightforward. It's very fun to read, though.
Oh, yeah.
So,
That's Undead Unluck in a nutshell, man. That shit's
so we don't know what her ability is. So, I like how...
The whammon that Repair is holding.
I like how he just curved it and hit her. So, bro,
yeah,
bro,
I mean, I was surprised.
It's a battle of husbandos protecting their waifus, man. Here it is.
I'm so glad you pointed that out. This whole chapter, I'm reading it, and I'm just like, what a weird dynamic for a battle. They're both, like, floating in the sky, like really high up, like so high up in fact that you can see the curvature of the earth. Now I don't know if that's supposed to, like, if that's just an art thing or if like canonically the planet's way smaller, but like they're fucking crazy high up. I don't know, but they're pretty high up and they're just floating there holding people. One of them's holding the one woman, he's holding two people. It's just a really weird dynamic for a battle, and I respect how original it is.
Bruh, I tell you, bro, this is fucking wild. It's just like it's literally this is the equivalent to like, I bet your boyfriend can kill me before my boyfriend kills you type shit. Like, that's what it is. That's the type of shit we're doing. Right?
This is ultimate Chadliness though. Like holding. Like you got the Chad and the dad. Like Undead, like fucking Andy's a dad right now. He's holding a child and his waifu, and then the other guy's holding his waifu, and then it's basically just like, yeah, exactly what you said.
He has the son to help him, so he has an advantage right now.
I want that. Okay, I'm requesting another meme. You know that fucking meme where it's like the guy from, I don't know what anime it is, and he's looking at a butterfly and he's like, "Is this blank?" I want like fucking like feminist like looking at like this chapter where it's two men fighting holding women. Is this the patriarchy?
Is this the patriarchy? So this is a moment where clearly this guy is looking at his waifu. He's like,
Undead Unluck? Or I mean, yeah. Sorry, that's the title. I'm dumb. On Repair, I mean.
Yeah, this is where On Repair looks at L.A.
Who is very attractive, by the way. Definitely my type.
Yeah. Latala. Latalia. How do you pronounce that name? Help me.
Who the fuck knows? What page? What page is that? I'll take a crack at it.
Page 8 to 9.
Okay, hold up. I'm gonna find it eventually. Okay. Latala? Is it Latla?
Yeah, Latla.
Latla? What the fuck? I have no idea. That sounds so dumb. I have no idea.
We're calling her Lala for now.
Like the fucking, isn't there a Teletubby named Lala?
So that's a thing for the anime, bro. If this series survives,
this better get an anime, bro. Yo, you think the crazy Twitter response was bad when this was a manga, dude? Imagine the first episode of this where this guy just comes in on this girl about to kill herself. Is like, yo, let me see some of them titties.
I mean, the volumes are selling well, so it could survive.
It's probably gonna get an anime. I would not be surprised.
So back to what I was saying. So this is where On Repair says to Lala here, this is why we should have had kids. See here? See there? If they have an advantage, they have an offspring. We don't.
No, that's something we do need to. How do negators come about? Like, is it random, or like if two negators smashed, is their kid a negator? We need to know that. So
from what I was saying, comprehension wasn't paying attention here. Okay. Negators, you can either, it's devil fruit wise, right? Like if negator dies, their ability gets born to someone else.
Yes, I remember that, but I'm saying like what does it? It doesn't say anything about how the person's chosen.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, bitch, I remember that. I'm saying like, and I'm proud of you for remembering it too. Here's your head pat. But I'm saying like
Hold on.
how do we know who
Hey,
is
hey,
getting
hey.
it, right? I'm saying like if two negators smash, it's not like in My Hero Academia where like they're probably gonna get like a
Hey, mom,
quirk.
hold on one second. Hey, hold on. My mom's calling me. Hold on.
Oh
Hey,
my
mom, what's
God.
up?
Hey, are you off Labor Day weekend?
I have no
This
idea
is
why.
in the video now.
I'm going to Indianapolis.
Oh, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Tell your mom to say hi to the channel, bro.
Mom, say hi to Red.
Hi, Red.
Hello, hello.
How's it going?
I'm doing great. How about you?
What's the weather like out there?
Let me check. Hold on. Hey Siri, what's the temperature?
What'd he say?
He's asking his phone.
It's, at the moment it's 79, but during the night it gets down to like 57.
You guys having bad weather out there?
It was pretty rainy like a day or two ago, but it's nice now. It was humid before that. Now it's a lot more dry. Yeah.
Okay. Will you be careful out there? You wearing your mask?
Oh, always. I can't stand people who don't wear their mask.
Okay, there you go. You stay safe, okay?
All right, I definitely will. You make sure Thurman stays safe too.
Most definitely.
All right,
You
Mom.
guys take care.
All right,
talk
good
to you
shit.
later.
Love you, Mom. All right, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Thurman's mom cameo on the channel. That's unprecedented on Undead Unluck too, man. Wow, what an honor.
So yeah, back to what I was
Everyone say hi to Thurman's mom in the comments.
So you were saying something while I mute my Discord.
Remind me. Do you remember what I was saying?
You talking about how they're born?
yeah. I was just saying like in some series, like if two people that have powers smash, like in Bleach, for example, Ichigo's dad was a Soul Reaper, Ichigo's mom was a Quincy. They smashed, and he became like this orgy of like a bunch of different powers. Whereas in this series, I have a feeling, at least the vibe I'm getting from what I've read, is that it's completely random.
Yeah, because we don't know. We know Apocalypse created negators, but we don't know. Like, I'm assuming it's like a genetic thing. I almost assume it's a genetic thing. I don't see why it wouldn't be, especially since we see that some negators got their abilities when they're very young. So I can almost imagine, like it feels like it's randomized too, because even like certain kids were like, because we know Fuko was I think that's her name. Fuko.
Yeah, that's her name.
Okay, yeah. I knew she had it when she was a young one. Like I think like maybe like 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, probably
right?
pretty similar to Tatiana, or the girl with the force field.
Yeah, that's very young.
God, that must be. I wonder what did we ever find out what happened to Fuko's parents?
Oh, they died in an airplane crash.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you. Comprehension. And once you mention, see, that's how my mind works. It's like the information's deep in there, but you got to go in and like it's like sifting for gold in like a stream. Like you got to like throw a stone in and fucking like bring it to the surface. Like it's always there, and then I'm like, but it's just not there until someone reminds me.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
So
I get it for sure.
that's
so,
sad as fuck, bro. God. So yeah, because they like hugged her before they went on their plane,
Yeah.
right?
And the plane crashed and shit.
Oh God.
So it's interesting to see because we don't really know how they're born, because if they're born, I wouldn't really say they're born with it, because
No, I don't think they are, because every time, just like her flashback we got just like last chapter, it was like her one of her birthdays, and she was going to blow out her candles, and then she fucking sent her house and parents to the goddamn stratosphere.
Yeah, so maybe it's like when you get a certain age, because what the interesting thing is that both of them got it at a very young age. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, I'm an adult and I have this power. It was like they both got it when they were like toddlers, like kids.
Yeah.
So
that seems to be probably like, it's definitely not attached to puberty. It's earlier than that. So probably like once you're old enough to be like, we've yet to see like any babies with it. I think you have to probably be old enough to be like, semi-intelligent maybe, just so you can kind of control it.
So maybe like Apocalypse, when it comes to like Apocalypse giving you a negator ability, you have to like, it depends on, like, you can only get it when you're like a certain age, at a young age.
It could be like God of Chaos style, where he's just looking for like the most like opportune times. Like, oh, that little girl's hugging her parents. Let me just give her this unluck ability. That little.
Because what's interesting too is that we don't know why certain people are given certain abilities, right? Because you would think like it'd be based off their personalities, but that's not really the case.
No, and I'm glad that it's not, by the way, because like that's always something that bothers me in fiction, where like it seems a little like if it's set up to be random and it's like quirks are a lot of times set up to be random, and then it's like it weirdly seems to match them too much. And I'm like, well, it doesn't really feel that random, does it? Now I've seen the counterpoint to that like, well, if they grow up with that power, it would shape the personality, which is fair and fine. But like, I like the power system a lot in this series. I think it's one of the strongest points of it, because it really does seem like genuinely random, and like it's not that these characters these powers weren't like designed for them. It just seems like they're trying desperately to live with them.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Like they're struggling against the power rather than like jiving with it. They're like, it's like their lives are like desperately like opposed to it. Like they're trying to live their lives despite the power, not be with the power. Yeah.
Yeah, not with the power. Yeah. So they're having to learn to live with it and shit like that.
That's really interesting.
That's actually really
good metaphor I made.
Good take on it too.
Thank you. But yeah, and then Naked Lolly Girl comes in, pushes them up more, and basically he's just rocketing up there with his fucking just a top torso with a woman and a child, just blood squirting up there. It's very interesting.
So yeah, she's still a lolly, right? Because I was like, she's not like as young as she was when she first got the power. I was like,
no, she's still young though. She's still a kid, is the vibe I'm getting here.
I had to make sure. I was just like, was she just drawn to be short, or like?
No, she's because last time we saw her room is still like full of like little kid things and like stuffed animals and shit. So that's the vibe I get.
Okay. This is wanted to make sure.
That's why the convenient long hair, which actually does make sense too, because she literally always has a force field around her, so she'd probably have a hard time cutting her hair. They'd have to like pass her scissors through that weird hole in her force field, the same way they feed her.
Mm-hmm.
I also wonder too, like what is the rules if she wants to grab something, like if there's a remote on a table and she wants to go get the remote. I imagine she would try to walk near it, and then it would like push everything like in a wall. So she'd literally have to be like, hey, someone fucking like pass that remote through the little hole in my fucking force field that's like near my mouth. Like that's shitty as fuck. Like, can she touch anything? I guess is the question I have.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know more about that. Anyway. Any more thoughts?
I don't know, man. Shit. So it was a good fight. Good.
Well, I mean, there's more to it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now, I think the whole question is that they have to. I think their most thing is they're trying to figure out what is Lala's. I'm that's sticking until someone tells me how to pronounce her name. What her negator ability is, and then right now they're trying to, because I'm really curious. I talked to David about this in our last review when we did Undead Unluck. I'm like, are they literally gonna go through it and try to kill him, or is the author gonna be like, oh, like, because my headcanon is like they kill him and then they just give the 11th seat to Unmove, because Unmove is actually, I would argue, a pretty useful ability.
It's a good ass power, yeah. And they have to obviously train him to be a lot better with it, which is it shows the difference in like perspectives of how they would deal with it. Because Unrepair is like, it'd be easier to just off you and then get someone like that's like better. Whereas Andy and Unluck are like, actually, let's not be horrible and just train you to be better with your power.
Yeah, because I feel like Unmove is more of an ability that it's like a support ability.
Oh yeah, so hella good.
So he'd probably be mostly like, you wouldn't want him to do like when if Apocalypse is giving them like missions after 3 months, you don't want him to take like the one by himself, right? You want to at least give him like a 2 mission person, like a 2 mission person, or like a 3 mission. Like he's seems more of a support role rather than like an actual combat role. But who knows? Maybe if you train enough, maybe it's like Quirks a little bit. If you train it enough, it can evolve. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean. We haven't seen it evolve yet, but I liking how. Cause I feel like Andy has evolved his negator ability a little bit. Like when he first got it, he probably didn't know he can like do like finger bullets and shit. But
yeah, I mean that's not necessarily the ability evolving, more as though like a thing you could always do, but you thought of a different way to use it, which is always my preferred way of evolving abilities. Not literally mutating the ability, but rather like the person getting smarter with it, which is what was happening with Deku up until fucking Ben 10. it was so good, bro. It was like, oh wow, I'm gonna punch really hard. Fuck, my arm's broken. Oh well, you know what? Let me flick instead. That's neat. Hey, my arm's shattering. Let's try kicking. Oh, that's cool. How about like flicky air bullets? Oh, that's neat. Also, now you have 25,000 quirks. I know it's like however many. It's dumb.
I'm so happy.
And he's got superpowers. He's no ordinary kid. He's Ben
10. Bro, that shit's fucking funny. Actually, very hilarious.
Bro,
to me.
when you're coming over, right? You're coming over in November.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm taking that whole last week off. One day of that week, Ben 10. We're watching it. We're fucking
I'm down.
Marathon. We'll fucking stream that shit. I'll ask David to help us set that shit up. We'll stream like a Ben 10 marathon.
I'm down. Are we doing like Alien Force Ben 10?
No. OG.
Dude, you're so weird. Why do you not like Alien Force? Alien Force is so good.
It's fine, but OG's so better.
Yeah.
No.
Are you gonna make an argument for it?
No. OG's
yes.
better.
Bro, you just
Ben literally lost his personality when he grew up.
That's wild. That's what. Yo, that's a hot take. That's a hot. Yo, that's another video, bro.
Wait, David sent a voice note. What's happening here?
Yeah, he's
talking about Griffey. No one cares. Moving on.
Long Beach Griffey. Shout out to him. Great YouTuber.
Yeah. I'm not saying shit about him. He's wild sometimes. He's a little too wild.
He's not garbage, so that's all that matters.
So, final thoughts for you, friend.
Definitely a good chapter for sure. I just want to see what her. I'm curious because he's protecting her for some reason, and
I mean, maybe he's his wife. She's his waifu for life, bro. Maybe
because,
he just wants to smash.
And then, because I'm really curious to see, like, will they really kill Repair? Like, because honestly,
this series is not straight away from just murder. like that seems to be Andy's whole thing is like, fuck you. Yeah, I love it when main characters are like kill their opponents and not just like a Luffy style. Like, I'm gonna knock you out so hard that you rethink your morals.
Rethink your morals. It's actually really funny. So now I'm just like, okay, if they do kill him, like. Because honestly, if they kill him, that means like that one mission they did to find him was kind of pointless.
Yeah, how's fucking Apocalypse gonna feel about that? Like that'd be a failure. That'd be a failed mission, right? Or like, because wait, no, what was the actual mission? Was it just to find him, or
the mission was? I think the mission was. Let me see. I have to go back and look.
Oh god, it's gonna take forever.
Stop being such a little baby.
All right, fine. You go back.
I'll go back. It's not that hard. Because I know the mission was to they were giving like a bunch of missions. Okay, this is the chapter where they fought her. Okay, this is them. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So so the location of Unburn, unification of all world languages of Umra. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, so the mission was to defeat Spoil.
Right. That was a long time ago. I thought it was a new round of missions to find Unrepair.
Oh no, Unrepair is just the award was the location of him. Not it wasn't a mission to find him.
Oh, that was a reward. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like the reward is what I'm saying. They had to fight.
And then they got a new seat, and they were like, maybe Unrepair would be a good fit. But they also found this kid, so who the fuck cares?
Yeah, because
there's absolutely no loss, murdering Unrepair.
Because Justice was like they needed him for something. She said that. That's.
Would it not just be to fill the extra seat they got?
I mean, Unrepair is still a pretty broken ability. I feel like
true. I mean, we haven't really seen it used very well because it's like every time he tries to use it, it's like someone. Usually it's Andy, and he's like, "Well, okay."
So, because I know they didn't do the Unburn one, but they did the world languages, the 11th seat, and then I don't think Rebellion or Unrepair. They did Unrepair, languages, and the 11th seat. The other ones I don't know, but I mean, like clearly they did spoil for a reason, because I think Justice said I could be wrong though. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, viewers, please. I think Justice said that they needed unrepair for something. Because I mean, yeah, they needed 11C.
Again, that's what I maybe she had a specific mission in mind for that ability, but like here's the thing: you want to talk win-win? They fucking kill unrepair. Guess what happens? That ability goes to someone maybe less of a douchebag.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you think about it though, it's just like, okay, we had to fight Spoil, we almost died because of Spoil, and now we're about to kill the person that we, wolf the reward for. So
yeah, I mean, but like, I get what you're saying. They got this new kid, which I think is fine, and they also kind of have to kill Unrepair because at this point, like, if I remember correctly, Foucault basically will die soon if they don't, right? Because of that injury she has.
Yeah. So, but I want to know. I know that it says it goes into the next person, but is it like Devil Fruit level of where like?
No, I don't think it's gonna be the nearest. I genuinely am thinking it's like a random. I think that like Apocalypse is just like a random chaos god. Like lol, this one,
So he just like picks the one. So that means that.
And then I imagine a future reward for a future mission would be the location of the new Unrepair.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Good chapter. I definitely give it an 8 out of 10 for sure.
All right. That's peace for me.
Peace.